Hey guys, what's up? This is an update on Bitcoin, and after that, we'll go for Aussie dollar. So let's check first Bitcoin. What's going on Bitcoin right now? On Bitcoin, we have that CP, which is our bullish CP, but it is tested. I mean, it is used up. Market just retraced back after 2 or 3 months, and it moved up. So it is just tested, is used up. There's 50% chances that market can drop down or market can move up. It is 50%. I mean, why? Because whenever you see any level of supply and demand which is used up or tested first time, so we use confirmation rules there. I mean, market can move up, market can market can give some respect to that area. Those areas can be maybe eliminated by the market, or otherwise they can be broken by the market easily. So we use confirmation rules, but it takes time actually. Why? Because we are on the month chart, where it's happening on the month chart, but it takes time. Why? Because if you open lower time frame than one chart, you will find out what's happening here. Here, this is an area of week chart, I mean lower chart than our high time frame, which is our month chart, and that area is actually, you can see that it is a bit strong area. Why? Because it removed, that was actually first area which removed this one. I mean, some you can say that some supply levels of lower time frame, then week chart, I mean like daily H4, H1 levels, and it is nested within the same CP area of the month chart CP area, which was strong area. On lower time frame, I mean on week chart, you will see we find that area. So right now, it is actually fresh area as well. It is a, you can say that it is multiple area or vector level. So though it is fresh, no matter how it takes time, but it is fresh level. It is actually multiple level, but it is fresh level. And if you check my last video, I have mentioned so many things about multiple levels and some definitions. How do we use multiple levels on any chart? And what is the definition? In order to learn multiple levels on week level, actually, they are actually created by an impact of the previous level, by the Mayan level. So they're actually weak level. We use confirmation rules there. But though it is multiple level, but they can be eliminated anytime by the market. And confirmation rules are made by us, not by the market. So we follow confirmation rules, not market follows. So market can take an order from here and it can move up. Simply, it can break that area and it can drop. There are two ways for the market. It can move up, it can move down. But we have some management rules and some confirmation rules in order to understand the movements of the market nature. So we apply some confirmation rules there. We have so many things, so many angles we always use while working, and after that we get some results and we just follow that. So here right now, what's happening here, we have fresh level there, and our trend line is also, you can say that we just tested that area here. Our trend line is broken, but right now let's see if market give respect to that support or not. That is strong support here. This one is strong support, and if market look unable to break that support, then it can move up from here, from the same side. But if it doesn't happen, then market can move like something like that here. And this is an area where you can expect from the market market can face that area. But we will use confirmation rules. Why? Because this is our impacted level, multiple level. Let the market drop down here, and we can say that this is our demo point, and I was explaining to my one student. So how do we trade uh, BTC? So that is just an example. No need to use limit orders there right now because market can break that easy. It's not financial advice, and you just choose that level without applying confirmation rules. So we don't use limit orders or set and forget rules there because this is our weak level. So, but at the side, that can be strong level as well. Why? Because it broke these areas. So it's better to use confirmation rules there. Why? Because if market drops, then use confirmation rules on, and this is our weak chart, and then here, this is our time frame combo, H4, open H4 area. If market drops, then use confirmation rules, H4 area or H4 area, which is your entry time frame. Then let the market, when market breaks those areas after applying confirmation rules, market can reverse back and takes order. So you just choose that. After applying confirmation rules and on H4, you can take an entry there, push entry. So let the market move up. But for the long term, what I see, this is just you can say that technical analysis. You cannot agree with that, and this is my view. Any person can give some views on anything. Some people don't agree, some people agree to that, but this is my view, and you can disagree. But being a supply and demand trader, we must see everything. The nature of the Bitcoin, especially, what happens actually in the crypto market. 2 years market moves. You find there some woods, and the next 2 years or 1 year or 2 year, market can drop. What is the nature of the crypto market? 1 year market can move up. You can find there bulls, and another year, upcoming year, next year, you find some bear there. Complete 1 year. So market can move up, market can move down. This is time period. This is another angle. Market move up, market move down. For why it happens, market already moved. If you see Bitcoin pair, it already moved for so much time. It has spent almost a year, more than a year. So it moved up, and now it is time to move down. Because look at that, how where it took the price. For example, this one, let's take that area. It almost started a move around 10,000. From 10,000, it moved up. And look at that, in a year, 2021, market moved up to this area, 68 or 69,000. Market just tested around 69 almost. And here, look at that, 10,000 and 69, 50,000 USD moved. So now it is time to, you can say that for drop. It is time for the drop. We can expect from the market some drops. But let's see what happens if 2022 is a regulation year for the crypto market. Anything we can expect from the market. It is positive news for the crypto market, but market makers move the market. We don't move the market makers. So they can drop the market anytime. But this is our area. 19,000 is still pending for the future. A strong support, you can say that. So if market drops down, let's say if market comes here, then what happens? Here we have weak area here. This is our weak area. Market takes order from here, it moves up. And that area, if that happens, this is our one chart, and that area gets eliminated by the market as a supply area. If that happens, that is another angle I'm just explaining to you. So market moves up and it tests that, and after that it drops down here. After that, we can say that it can move up for the long term. Why? Because for the good achievement market, what happens in the forex market and crypto market, and as per supply and demand rules, what you want to achieve. For example, here, this is our move. History repeats itself, number one. Number two, if market wants to achieve, for example, 100k USD in the future on BTC, it must drop, actually, drop to take orders. It must make some corrections. Big drop means big rallies for the future. So when market takes takes order from the bottom, it moves up for 100k USD destination point. So for good drop, big drop, market moves for big rallies. But this is a matter of time. This is another angle. I must explain to you that thing as well. So right now, if you see week chart, we have a week chart, and inside the week chart, we can say that here that is level on daily chart. It's better to use daily chart, and why? Because market takes order from here, and this support area doesn't eliminate by the market, then we can expect from the market can drop from here, up to here. And if that happens, it is better to use daily level, lower time frame levels. Why? Because when BTC drops, it drops brutally. All the barriers it can break. So it is better to choose daily chart. And the last thing, last time frame level. So it is better. It prevents you more losses, and it can give you some nice profit margins. So here, what is the, if we calculate our risk, it will reduce the risk size, or it has the reward size. And if you open your positions from week chart with no lag, we have huge risk there. So if you're using low equity accounts, then easily it can damage that. Easily you lose the money, all the money, with a single trade. Because BTC pair, and I don't know what type of broker you were using to trade, and why? Because some brokers give you great services, but most of them are not good. So it's better to use daily levels, and if that happens, then choose daily levels. Most of the analysts say that 2022 is the year of regulation. Anything we can expect from the market, from the crypto market, anything. So right now we have this area for the future entries, but it is better to use confirmations. As I mentioned on Instagram, if you check my Instagram 3 or 4 weeks ago, reading about this bottom zone on BTC, we are in the last month of 2021, anything could be happening. So you see that, and that was actually our level, but it just broke that area. And let's see this area. Let's see if this area gets eliminated by the market. So we take some future entries there. So now let's check what's happening on high time frame. If we see year chart, look at that year chart. It shows me the same thing I just explained to you. The same thing. And market here, this is our support area. Market already moved on year chart. Spent much time. So if you see from last 2 years, market was moving up, but now it is time to drop for the market. But it depends. It depends on the situation. So if market drops, this is the area of 19,000, the same area I just explained to you. So there, if market drops, then it can move to 100k for the future. But this is my view, and you can disagree to that. This is another angle. I just wanted to show you how market moves actually, how the prices move in crypto market and forex market. Okay, so right now we have done with BTC, and let's move on to Aussie USD. What's happening on Aussie USD? You can see that that was our alignment of higher time frame trend line. Market just dropped there after testing the descending trend line, and but here this is another side. On lower time frame, if you see, we've got so many opportunities here. That area on daily chart I mentioned, I think that area I mentioned on the last year, this area, that was actually an area, a nice area to trade. Why? Because that is strong area that broke here these levels, and market moved up for the long time, and it took orders, and it is moving up. Let me show you my an old analysis of all USD 23rd of March 2021. I shared that analysis on Instagram. So here, when market broke the trend line, market took order from here, and that was our destination point, the same area. If you see right now what's happening on, this is our area. This is our, that was our destination point. So now market just took order from here, and now it created another level there, and it is moving up, moving up, moving up, moving up. But we have another supply opportunity there. That was oversupply level. Small level, market can test that, and the market can drop again. These are you can say that some day trading opportunities. You can find that right now. So here, if you see week chart, we have, if you miss that bullish trade, then we can find some bearish trades there. Just click the trend line. Oops. Here, like that. Market takes order, and at minimum it can give you profit margin up to here. And but here, this is how much, how many pips? Almost 380 pips. Almost market must drop. That is strong level. I mean, strong price action there. And after that, we can say that this is an area we'll decide later. I mean, but we can close our entries up to the height of the departure. So right now we have some day trading opportunities on Aussie dollar, and hopefully it makes sense. It helps you a lot, and it is another angle for you guys to learn in deep about crypto market. So that's it. Good luck.